Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is gonna be my shop my stash for the next 2 weeks. We're gonna go through the products that are in here first. I'm gonna pull stuff out and then we'll go ahead and shop my stash for new items to use again for the next 2 weeks. If you enjoy shop my stash videos, or if you enjoyed this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Now let's go ahead and get into it. I had a really nice successful 2 weeks. I believe I used every single thing that's in here. So I am ready to go ahead and pull things out, and then I'll let you know my thoughts about the products. And then I'm ready. I'm ready to pull new things in. I haven't been purchasing makeup, so I'm ready for it. Let's go ahead and get started with powders. For a setting powder, I had the Sexy Mama Anti-Shine Translucent by The Balm. I actually did use it as a setting powder. I didn't use it kind of like a touch-up powder throughout the day. I really enjoyed this guy. I need to just use it a little bit more. I have a really nice tip here. Like, I can tell it's so smoothed out. It's pretty thick over here. So this is something that I should just get on it and finish it and be done with it. The loose powders that I had in here, I had one by Hailey's Beauty and I had the Too Faced Peach Perfect. I do really like both of them. I actually do like the scent and a little bit of taste of this one, I know, right? I have tasted it. It kind of gets all over the place, so yeah, you taste it. The Hailey's Beauty is really beautiful. This is called the Retouch Perfecting Powder. I liked it under my eye. I liked it to set my entire face. It's really beautiful powder. And for a finishing powder, I used the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder, and I have the shade 2. I did really, this one and the one by Hourglass, the Luminous Light by Hourglass, are my favorite finishing powders. So I got some good use out of that one. My highlighter moved over. For bronzer, I had a couple bronzers. The cream one was by Huda Beauty. This is so easy to use. You can pick up too much product, so I had to be very careful how much I dip my brush in here. But it's so beautiful. It looked really natural on the skin. I have the shade Fair. I did really enjoy it. And then the other bronzers in here, I had one by Gigi Gorgeous. This is a contour and a bronzer. I swirl my brush in both of it. I like the formula. It's so finely milled. I'm gonna pull that guy out. The butter bronzer, and this is in the shade light bronzer. It was actually pretty decent. I was able to build it up. I was kind of wasn't sure if the shade was gonna be too light or what, but it was pretty good for me. It worked pretty well. And I mean, I used it with the Huda Beauty Tantour, so that probably helped, you know, give me a little bit more definition to my face. And this one by Hourglass, this is a diffuse bronze light. I like it a little bit more than the other one that I have. I can't remember what that one is. This has a little bit more color to it, so it shows up a little bit easier on my skin. But I do enjoy both of them. I do like the Hourglass formula, so I like that one. For blush, I had this one by Pure. This is the shade Pretty in Peach, like the blush and act Pretty in Peach. I do really like this guy. I found it's a little bit more pink than I usually tend to go for. But you know, the days that I did more on a cooler side of eyeshadow, I use this guy. For some reason it says that, you know, just be careful in the sun. I think because this is supposed to have like AHA or something like it. Something along those lines. Yeah, it has AHA, so be careful with sunburn, which is kind of a weird thing to say on a blush, but the shade is really nice. The formula is really nice. It's really pigmented, so you got to be very careful. By Ciate London, this is actually the only blush I did not use, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it in here for one more go, and this is the shade Date Night. The other blush is a blush duo by Cover FX. This is in the shade Soft Peach. Ooh, this is so pretty. I dipped my brush in it thinking that I'm not gonna get too much on my brush, And it just, the powder went everywhere, the color went everywhere. So I'm like, okay, this actually has a lot of pigment, a lot of kickback actually. I was surprised at how much kickback I was able, you know, flew away. Maybe because I was just like in a rush and just dipping my brush in there and flew everywhere. But the shade is absolutely stunning. And I did use this side to kind of be like a blush topper highlight. So I skipped a highlight and I just used these two. Like the hype is real with that. More blushes. I have the Rocketeur by Benefit, and this is just a neutral, I would say it's more on the cooler tone blush. It's really pretty. I remember like this was the first Benefit blush I ever tried. It was years ago, and not that I've tried many Benefit products, but this was the first one that I'm like, okay, I do want to buy this. I do really enjoy it still now. The other blush I had in here was a cream blush, and this is the Bliss by Rare Beauty. This is so pretty and it blended so easily. I was really happy with that one. These are highlights, and I have a palette. I used all the highlights. Okay, let's talk about this cream one by RMS Beauty. Oh my god, this thing is stunning on the skin. It is actually, it's like blinding. I was shocked at this guy because normally a cream highlight has a little bit less intensity, but this guy, I mean, wow, this was amazing. I was really happy with this one. I'm really glad that I do have it. The other highlights in here, I have the Master Chrome by Maybelline. This is a beautiful highlight. I mean, this is the only one by Maybelline I have. It's really pretty, but I don't think I'll go out and buy any of the other shades just because I have so many highlights in my collection. It's beautiful, but not so exceptional. By Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Amrezi highlighter. Oh gosh, this is blinding as well. And then by Wet n Wild, this is the Fergie highlight. Hollywood Boulevard is the shade name. Man, this is intense. I had like every single one of these, and I think this is the only one that I kept. It is beautiful highlight as well, really intense. So that's what I mean, like, you know, like with the Maybelline one and this, they're both really intense. This one, I mean, you know, but they're both kind of metallic here. I'm doing swatches for these, but I've done swatches of them previously, but let me show you. You know, it's not like, okay, $10 or $5, you know. I like both. And then the last highlighter in here is the NARS Orgasm Illuminating Loose Powder. I feel like I need to move this to my blush drawer because it's more appropriate as a blush topper, but for now it's just gonna stay in the highlight drawer. It's really pretty. I really like that guy. And then the face palette that I had in here, where is it? Here it is by Cover FX. And I used, let's see, I used the contour. It's really nice. Again, it's very powdery. I used the contour. I used the finishing powder. I was kind of like underwhelmed a little bit. I did use the blush. It's really pretty, very similar formula to here. Again, I dipped in my brush. I'm like, oh my gosh, powder everywhere. So I had to be kind of careful with that. Both of these were like this. I used this guy as a inner corner highlight, and I used this guy as a highlight. This is the only shade I didn't use, and I'm okay with that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this guy out of here. We do have the eyeshadow palettes. I'm gonna wait on these. Let's talk about foundations and concealers. Maybelline Matte and Poreless. I finally ordered a pump for this guy. I hate having to like dip it over, get a little bit, dip it over, you know. So I ordered a pump. I'm supposed to get it today, but it's pretty. It's a nice foundation. I like that it's not super cakey or not super full coverage. I do really like that. By Hailey's Beauty. Oh my god, this is so pretty. The Reform Liquid Luxe Luminous Finish Foundation. This looks so beautiful on the skin. It wore really nicely. With the Maybelline, I went somewhere and I wore a mask and it transferred. Even though I set really well, it transferred. But with this one, I had more longevity and less transfer. I did really like it, and I do have the shade 3.25. I probably could have gone a little bit lighter, but blending this one down my neck, and maybe in like a couple months it would be a perfect match for me. I'm really enjoying that guy. For concealers, I had the Flawless concealer by e.l.f. I mean, I caked it on. I felt like I caked it on. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna look terrible. But no, it looked pretty nice. But I had to use a lot to get some good coverage. There's not a whole lot of product in here. And, you know, like, it doesn't come out very saturated. So I think this is something that I might work on finishing this year. This guy by NYX, this is Born to Glow, the Radiant Concealer. I really like this concealer. I just hate the applicator. I do not like sponge applicators like this. I typically rip them off, rip the sponge off, and then just start using it like by squeezing the tube and like picking up the concealer and tapping it under my eye. But for now, we're just working with it like this. The Beauty Blender Opalescence Serum Primer. This was very glowy. The first time I used it was like, oh my God, I put way too much primer and like my face felt like a grease ball. So I had to be careful, but it's very illuminating, very glowy. And then the Too Faced Primed and Peachy. I do really like this one. It's very, it's not matte where you feel like your skin is just, the life is being sucked out of your skin, but it's a nice matte, and I feel like it's somewhat of a pore perfecting, kind of like fills in the pores really nicely. It's not very silicone-y. It's an interesting primer. I do really like it. And now for eyeshadow palettes, I had 4 in here. The Lime Crime Greatest Hits. I managed to use every single shade in here, except there was only one that I didn't use, the shade Shell. I haven't used that one yet, but it's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this palette out. It's really pretty. You kind of like have to be a little bit creative combining these shades together, but it's a really pretty palette. The other palettes I had in here, I had the Urban Decay Moon Dust. To be honest, I only used 2 shades in here, or 3 shades. I used this shade, the blue one, shade Vega. I used the shade Element, and I used Spectre. And again, I'm okay with that. As long as I reached for this palette and used it a little bit, I'm fine with it. These are more like topper shades, but this one I was able to get really good pigment from it, so that was pretty nice. Ornate by ColourPop. I used every single shade in here. Okay, some ColourPop palettes, I feel like, you know, some shades are on the drier side, some shades are really creamy. Like, for example, this shade Rival was kind of on the drier side. Like, I really needed to keep going back in. But that's all right. Where this one is very creamy. The shade Bohème is so beautiful. The same with the shade Gilded. Really, really pretty. I enjoy this palette, and it's so cute and compact. Color story is beautiful. And then the Dream Street by Kathleen Light ColourPop. Again, this is my customized version of this palette. I had combined 2 palettes together. I like it. I like the colors that I have created in here. I feel like this works for me. This is things that I usually reach for. And my son drew on it. There you go. For lip products, I'm pulling, I think I'm pulling most of them out. I'm only keeping 2. Lime Crime Lip Glaze, the Butter and Glaze. This is really pretty, very comfortable formula. The Glam Light in Caramel. Yeah, oh my God, this smells so good. Looks really beautiful on the lips too. Pulling that out. My NARS liquid lip in Cherry Bomb. Oh, such a beautiful red. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that one out. I'm finally pulling out these 2. This is by Pat McGrath, and this is the lip lacquer. In this shade is Celestial Ruby, a very intense red lip gloss kind of thing. By Kiko Milano, this is the Ocean Feel lipstick. It's a really pretty red, but it's more like on the orangey side. I usually prefer more cool tone reds. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that out. I'm pulling out this Pop Beauty liquid lip, and this is in the shade Razzle Rose. I find these a little bit drying, but the color was really nice. And then the last, actually I'm gonna go ahead and keep these 3. I do want to keep the Dose of Colors in here a little bit longer. They just launched their Thanks for the Love lip set, and I'm really tempted. So maybe by keeping these in here, I'll hold off on buying that one. And this one is just, I didn't get a chance to use it yet. Oh, and this lip gloss by Juicy Couture, the shade is Boy Magnet. I love the packaging of this, but I don't think I'm gonna keep this guy. I know, even though it was a gift from my friend Valerie, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass this on. This is just not my kind of color. It's not a shade that I reach for. I used it once and it looked pretty in the picture that I took, but I just kept looking at myself and like, I don't know about this lip color. I don't know about this lip color. So I think this might be a chopping block item at some point. I need to film that video. Until then, this is just gonna go in a little section by itself until I'm ready to film that. So I'm pulling that guy out too. And then the last thing that we haven't talked about yet is the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Long Lasting Setting Spray, the matte finish. The scent of this one is amazing. And the spray, the way it sprays is just so fine mist. I really, really liked it. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this guy out as well. Now, I'm gonna put everything away and then let's go ahead and shop my stash. We'll start with new makeup drawer. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so let's go ahead and pick out some new makeup to use. I'm gonna start with the new makeup drawer. Oof, what are we gonna get this time? Okay, for eyeshadow palettes, I think I'm gonna reach for this one. This is by Dominique Cosmetics, and this is the Berries and Cream. Oh my god, I wanted this guy for the longest time, and finally when it was on it was on sale at Sephora, and then they had the extra 20% off, I finally picked it up. So I'm gonna pull in this one. I wonder if I want to pull in 2 new eyeshadow palettes or just keep the one. Let's do this guy, and I think maybe just the one this time. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to just the one eyeshadow palette. Okay, let's pull in this red lipstick by Glamlight. Be perfect for Valentine's Day. I'm gonna do that. And do I want to pull in a new foundation? I don't think I'm gonna pull in a new foundation. I think I'm gonna reach for, you know, a foundation that I already have open. I do want to, however, let's try this Tarte primer. This is the Tarte Quench Hydrating Primer. I'm gonna pull in this guy, and I think this is it from new makeup. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna pull in a new foundation. Nope. Okay, let's go ahead and how about we switch it up today? I got a primer, so maybe we'll go ahead and get a setting spray, and then we'll pull in other eyeshadow palettes. Okay, for a setting spray, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go for, let's do this one by Morphe. It's been a while since I used it, so this is the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I'm gonna do this guy. Okay, for eyeshadow palettes, I have 2 in mind. The first one are all the Makeup Geeks shadows that I have. Like they're single shadows. I mean, I was so excited to buy these and I haven't reached for them. So I think I'm gonna pull these in. My friend Valerie was like, why don't you play with those? So I'm gonna pull this one in. And then the other one that I need to enjoy a little bit more and play with a little bit more is the Pat McGrath Mothership 8 Divine Rose 2. She just relaunched this one, and she relaunched it in that chrome, pink chrome packaging. I have the black one, which honestly, it's fine with me. I don't care, but when she relaunched it, I'm like, oh my god, I need to play with that guy a little bit more. So I think this will be good. I'll have 3 eyeshadow palettes. Perfect, that's enough. I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna pull this in, the Makeup Geek one, which has a really nice variety. I mean, I got my neutrals, I got some colors, and this is the reformulated. I'm happy with these choices. Let's go ahead and pull in the foundations. I didn't get any new foundations, so let's pull in some older foundations to use. Okay, for foundations, the one that I was really thinking about, well, there's 2. the It Cosmetics one, because I did really like this one. This is the newest Your Skin But Better Foundation plus Skincare. So I'm gonna pull this guy in. And then the other one that I was thinking about, it was either the Bite one or the Rare Beauty, but I think I'm gonna go for the Bite because the Rare Beauty is a little bit deep for me right now. So I'm gonna go for the Bite foundation. Yeah, I'm gonna do these two. For concealers, oof, this is a hard one right now. Concealer. Let's see. These are kind of a little bit darker on me. These are I just had these in there. Recently used these. I think I'm gonna go ahead and reach for. I'm gonna do this one. This is the Maybelline Age Rewind, and this is the shade Neutralize. I do really like this one, and then I like to top it with a different colors. Very brightening for me. So I'm gonna do that one, and then the other shade, the other concealer that I'm gonna pull in, I think I'm gonna do the Naked Concealer. Because I wanted to pull it in last time. Where is it? There it is, the Naked Skin. So I'm gonna do this guy. And I think that should be good. And you know, I have concealers and project pans, so if these two don't work out very well, like I'm picturing in my head, then you know, I have project pan concealers, but it should be okay. So let's go ahead and pull this guy in. Now let's do powders. I think I'm gonna bring in the Collab loose powder. This is in the shade Porcelain Ivory. It's been a while since I used that one. I'm gonna do that, and I think I'm gonna do, okay, we're gonna go ahead and pull in the flower one, the Light Illusion Perfecting for a pressed powder. It's a little bit dark, but I think it's okay. I'm gonna pull this guy in. I do want, for finishing powder, let's see, this is like the rotation. There's only very few of them. I'm gonna pull in the Guerlain Meteorites, and this is in the shade 3 Medium as a finishing powder. And I just want, oh, let's try this guy for under eye. This is the e.l.f. I think this is the under eye powder. What is it called? This is in the shade Banana for deep tone. Oh, okay. Well, I like banana, even I'm not very deep. But I think that's it for powders. Okay, for a face palette. Oh, yo, yo. Oh man, this is the scariest drawer I have. Maybe I should just start like this one, then this one, then this one, then you know, kind of do it like that. What's this one? This is NARS. This is that funky formula, but I do like the shades in here. So there's that. There's this one which I haven't reached for in a while. This is By the Balm, The Girl's Getaway. 2 blushes and a bronzer. I think I'm gonna do this. Why not? Let's do this one with 2 blushes and a bronzer. It's been a long time since I reached for this one. So I'm gonna pull in this guy, and you know what? I'm gonna get some more use out of this one. I really liked it. This is the Wayne Goss Face Duo and Bright Poppy. I really liked it. And by not having too many, yeah, I'm gonna do that one. Yep, I think so. Do I? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Or the other choice would be this one. I've wanted to pull this guy in a while, for a long time. I have 4 highlights. I have a cream and a powder in here. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put this guy back, and I'm gonna do these 2, and I won't pull in that many highlighters today. Now let's pull in a couple bronzers. I don't know what I'm not sure what I'm gonna pull in. You know, let's do the Charlotte Tilbury one. I do really like it. It's been, and I haven't pulled it in since I first purchased it, I think. I'm gonna pull in this one. I do want, let's see. Okay, I really like this guy, the Sweetie Pie bronzer by Too Faced. It's a radiant bronzer. So let's do this one, maybe just one more, because I have cream and So maybe just one more. Should we do... It's a cream. Should I do the Makeup Geek one? This is the shade Sunkissed bronzer. It's pretty light. It's like the best time to use it because I'm really light. Yeah, this one. Or I haven't used one of these MACs in a long time. Well, I used this guy recently. Did I have this one in? No, I haven't. I'm gonna do this one, the MAC Aaliyah. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one, the shade Baby Girl. Okay, now let's do blushes. All right, guys, let's see this madness for blush. Okay. Oh gosh, I need a better way to organize this drawer. I don't want any of these three, so I'm gonna pull those out. Ooh, you know what? I haven't used, there's blush in that palette, but I haven't used this one in a long time, and it's like the perfect time because of Valentine's Day. So maybe this one. Oh, there. I do like those Patrick Ta ones. Let's see. I haven't used this Kiko one yet. This is the shade Coral View. Ooh, that's so pretty. I think I'm gonna pull this guy in. I'm not gonna do the palette because, I mean, I already pulled in a palette with 2 blushes and a bronzer. So I'm gonna do that one, and I will also pull in this guy. This is this one. Petal Primavera. That would be a really nice one. Or I could just go with Luminoso. It's a mini, but I'm gonna do Luminoso. Maybe just one more, only one more. One more blush. Let's do Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Love Glow. Ecstasy. Wait, did I have Pillow Talk in recently? I need to start keeping track. Better keep track. Or I could do Ecstasy. Or I could just go for Persona because I love this thing. Or I could just do any of them, obviously. You know what? Let's do this guy. This is so cute, and it's like the perfect time for it. This is by Physicians Formula, and this is the Happy Booster in the warm shade. Ooh, this is so cute, and it's like perfect for Valentine's Day. Let's do this. I think for highlighter, I'm gonna kick it old school and go for Soft and Gentle. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. MAC Soft and Gentle. That's enough highlighters because I do have that. There's 4 in that one palette, and I want to be able to use them all. The only other one that I could think of right now would be, let's see, maybe something like kind of colorful a little bit. This one would be nice, the peachy one, Peach Glow by Laura Geller. Or the other one that I'm thinking about would be the Fenty Beauty, the Kilowatt Highlighter in Girl Next Door and Chic Freak, because this is on the pink side. Let's pull this guy in as well, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to reach for it. Okay, now that we have all the base stuff, I'm going to pick up some lipsticks. I don't know why I didn't do it earlier. I totally forgot, but let's go ahead and pull in some lipsticks. Okay, for lipsticks and lip glosses and all that jazz, I definitely want to do red. This is like my month, you know. I'm gonna do this one by L'Oreal. This is the matte lip crayon, and the shade is where's the shade name? Little Chili. I'm gonna pull this guy in. It's a lip crayon. I'm gonna go ahead and pull in, let's see, let's do the Lip Stories, the Sephora Lip Stories, and this is in the shade A Little Magic. Ooh, yeah, let's do this one. For lip gloss, there's lip glosses. Oi, that went flying. That went a flying. Let's do this one by Patrick Ta. This is in the shade She's Expensive. And let's go to the next drawer down. From here, I'm gonna pull in a couple. Again, reds. Let's see. I wanna do, ooh, I haven't used this one in a long time. This is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Lip, and this is Free Radicals. Beautiful red. More red. I wanna get more red. I know, right? I'm gonna do the Pat McGrath red lip in the shade Revelation Red, obviously. I do want to do one of these. I wonder if I want to do the Persona or the Dose of Colors one. I have 2 Dose of Colors. I don't know the names of these. Like, they had the little sticker at the bottom and it's just gone. Let's do this one. I don't know what the name is. I left 2 neutrals in there, 3 neutrals, so I'm good. I do want to get a red lip liner. I think we'll go with Ruby Woo, and I think I'm gonna pull in Ruby Woo. Ruby Woo sits on in front of me, but I'm gonna pull in Ruby Woo. I'm gonna put everything back, and then let's do swatches. I'll show you everything that I pulled in. Okay, guys, I went ahead and put everything in here, so let's go ahead and do swatches. All of my eyeshadow palettes were so big, I had to put them sideways. So let's get started with what's in here. I'm excited. I really am excited. For powders, I do have the Flower Beauty Light Illusion powder, and this is the shade Nude L23. I kind of wish I got the lighter one, but this one should be okay. The Collab powder is a really nice powder. I bought it from Sally Beauty Supply, and this one by e.l.f. I've never used it before. I think this was like a gift with purchase when I bought something at some point, but hopefully it'll be nice for under my eye in yellow shade. For finishing powder, I have the Guerlain Meteorite. I do really like this guy. It was, and it smells really good. It was on my wish list forever, and I finally got it. Now for bronzers, I have the Sweetie Pie by Too Faced. Okay, here's the Sweetie Pie. It's pretty. It's very nice and radiant bronzer. Barely shows up, but hey, I know it's there. By MAC, this is Alia, and this is the shade Baby Girl. Am I saying that correct? Alia. This is definitely on the lighter side, but it's really nice bronzer. I do like that it has a little sparkle in it. The other single bronzer that I pulled in is by Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer, and this is in the shade 2, medium. It's a nice one too. I can really build it up and it doesn't look bad on my skin. There's that one. Okay. There is a bronzer in the Tarte palette and then in the Balm palette, which we will swatch when we get there. For blushes, there's the one from last week, the Ciate London Date Night blush. This is a very nice shimmery blush. I haven't used it in a while. I need to just use it this time around. There's that one. I pulled in the Happy Booster in the shade Warm by Physicians Formula. This is so cute. Like, this is such a cute blush. There's that one. I also pulled in the Kiko Milano Green Me blush in the shade is Coral View. I do like the Kiko Milano blushes. They have, I like the formula of them. They always have a really nice shimmer to them. Ooh, that's so pretty. I'm gonna have a really nice flushed Valentine's Day cheeks. And then the other blush that I have is the Milani in the shade Luminoso. I decluttered the full size and I just kept the mini because I don't need more than a mini of this guy. And there it is over here. Okay, for highlighters, I do have the Soft and Gentle by MAC. This is just a classic. Let's see, I'm gonna start swatching here. Whew, that's so pretty. I remember when I first started watching YouTube, that was like the one thing everybody talked about. I have by Fenty Beauty, Girl Next Door and Chic Freak, the Kilowatt highlighters. These are so easy. I have to pull out the heart pan. I have to get a piece of tape and do it, but ooh, those are so pretty. Look at this one. I really like this side. Usually this is the one that most people like, but I like the other one. Okay, now we will do the face palettes. Again, I have two because I just needed two. Girls Getaway Trio. It has Balm Springs, Balm Beach, and Balm Desert. Two blushes and a bronzer, basically. It's very bronzy. I guess you could do it like a hybrid bronzer blush thing. Ooh, look at that. I love the formula of these things. I'm really interested in picking up some of their new face palettes. Like the blush quad palette. Oh, it looks so pretty. And then the other face palette is the Tarte's Pro Glow by Tarte. 4 highlights, a cream bronzer, and a regular contour. Powder, not a regular, powder. Okay, Strobe, Stunner, Lit, and Fire. I cannot use all of these shades, but... Oh, sorry. Oh. I mean, these are really pretty, blinding highlights. Look at that. I really like the scent of this palette too. It's kind of smells a little bit like chocolate. And then the cream bronzer and the Sculpt powder. Sculpt. Here's the cream bronzer. Oh, it's been a long time since I used it. Looks kind of muddy compared to some of the newer cream bronzers in my collection. Maybe I just went in heavy-handed. Oh, it definitely went in heavy-handed. Oh well, oops. That will contour my whole body. So there it is. I'm excited for this palette. I haven't pulled it in a long time, so I'm happy to have it pulled in this time around. Should we do eyeshadow palettes now? Maybe we should just do it. It's just Pat McGrath, La Vie something, Divine Rose 2, not La Vie. Oh, this is just screams Valentine's Day. I'm gonna swatch a couple of these shades. Oh, I love those topper shades. I'm gonna do this one, and let's do this one. Ooh, so creamy. Okay, let's do it over here. There we go. My goodness. So pretty. Oh, I'm excited to play with this one. Should we swatch more shades? Should we do it? Yes, let's do it. Let's do... Just making sure my hand is dry. Okay, we're gonna do the Trichrome shade. Let's do this pink one. And let's do this other matte one. Or the only matte, other matte. Okay, so this is the Trichrome. I picked up too much of that matte shade, but here she is. I cannot wait to wear this on my eyes. I'm excited for that one. Okay, the other palette is my self-made palette. This is mainly Makeup Geek. I think there's only like 1 or 2 shades in here that are not Makeup Geek. I want to swatch this purple one. I never wear purple. Well, that's not true. I wear purple, but not this shade purple. I want to do... So this green. Oh my gosh. The formula is just amazing. Let's do this one. Just random assortment of shades that we're gonna swatch. Okay. This purple might be very lackluster, but everything else looks really pretty. Okay, what else are we gonna swatch? Let's go ahead and swatch. What shade is this? Creme Brulee. Creme Brulee. Wasn't that like the most popular shade she had? And then let's swatch this one. It's just because she looks like, hey Rania, swatch me. Here's Creme Brulee. And here's the Rania Swatch Me shade. There it is. Let's do one more. Let's do this greenish one down here. This one. Oh no, I don't know what I was thinking picking up a shade like this. I never wear shades like this, but there she is. I'm excited. I'm very excited for this one too. Okay, and then the last palette in here is the Berries and Cream by Dominique Cosmetics. Here she is. Oh, it's so pretty. So, so pretty. I think this is perfect for Valentine's Day, isn't it? Don't you think? I'm gonna do cranberry. Ooh, love the formula. I'm gonna do warm pie. Ooh, that's like a matte with suspended glitter. I wanna do bittersweet and blackberry. It's like, I feel like this palette's gonna push me out of my comfort zone again. Her palette's gonna push me out of my comfort zone, except the latte, the first latte palette. That is my comfort zone. I like the formula, really nice formula. I think I want to swatch Sugar Cookie just because she looks like, this is Sugar Cookie. She looks like ready to be swatched, and honey dipped. Okay, Sugar Cookie. Ooh, that's intense. And honey dipped. All right, do you guys have this palette? Did you pick it up when it was on sale at Sephora? I mean, it was on a really good sale, I thought. It was on sale and then I had the 20% off. I think I ended up paying 20 bucks for it or something like that. Okay, let's put this baby back. I pulled in 2 concealers. I pulled in the Maybelline Age Rewind. I haven't opened this guy yet. Oh, and I just twisted it. This is in the shade Neutralizer. I do really like it for highlighting under my eye and like the center of my face. And I pulled in the Naked Skin Urban Decay. This is the original Naked one in the shade Light Warm. For primer, I pulled in the Tarte Quench Hydrating Primer. I hope I enjoy that. I usually like hydrating primers. For foundations, I pulled in 2 that I do really like. It Cosmetics Your Skin Better. It's a really beautiful foundation on the skin. And I pulled in the Bite Changemaker. I fell in love with this guy. And I had to pick up the full size. Like, I got a sample and I just really liked it. It's been a while since I used it, so I'm gonna play with these 2. And I have the shade L40 in this one. In this guy, I have the shade Medium Neutral 31. It's a little bit deeper, but it should be okay. For setting spray, I have the Morphe Continuous Mist Setting Spray. And now, let's go ahead and do the lip swatches. I'm so excited. Lots of red, very few neutrals. It's my life. That's my life. All right, guys, I swatched all these lippies. Look at all these reds. I'm so excited. We are gonna get started. The first one over here is the L'Oreal Matte Lip Crayon in the shade is a Little Chili. It's more on like a pinkish red. Right next to it is Ruby Woo. I'm excited for this one. It's been a long time since I used it by MAC. This is by Sephora. This is the Lip Stories, and this is the shade A Little Magic. Like, getting darker, you know. The one over here is by Glam Light, and this is the Red Velvet. Ooh, it smells so good. It really smells yummy. The one over here is by Pat McGrath, and this is the Revelation Red Liquid Lipstick. It's a really pretty, and I do like the formula of this one from what I remember. The one over here is by Physicians Formula. I love this color and I love the formula. This is the Healthy Lip, and this is Free Radical, Fight Free Radical. Such a beautiful color, really beautiful formula too. Or comfortable for a liquid lip, I'll just say that. Over here is the one by Dose of Colors. I'm so sorry, I don't know the name of this one, but it's one of the Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. And it's kind of like a, you know, raspberry-ish, you know? Raspberry red, I guess. The one over here is by Marc Jacobs, and this is Slow Burn. This is the Lamarck Liquid Lip in Slow Burn. A lipstick over here, a bullet lipstick. This is by Dose of Color, and this is in the shade Hey Girl. This was the Desi and Katie collab, so that one is over here. This one right here is the Liquid Lip by Dose of Color. Again, Desi and Katie collab, and this is my main. I really am debating picking up the the lip set that they have out right now. I really want it. I'm tempted. The first thing I've been tempted by this year. This one over here, this gloss is the Patrick Ta. She's expensive gloss. It smells so minty. It smells so good. Oh, it smells so good. So there's that one. And then last thing over here is the lip pencil, and this is Ruby Woo by MAC. So there it is. There you have it. This is my Shop My Stash. I guess it was kind of like a little bit of a Valentine's Day theme. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Please make sure to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.